Thank you for allowing me to speak. I am for local law number 4, the 12-month moratorium. The paper that I will be submitting to the group, and I will read segments of it, it'll be very quick. I just want to give you the highlights of it. This is by petroleum industry. First one is by Archer. It says in the Gulf of Mexico, 45% of the wells leak. 20% of that leakage is due to angular integrity, which means the surface casing on the outside, either that's against the steel pipe or against the structure, the rock and sand structure, leaks 20% of the time. Eventually, all wells will leak. And now that was by Archer. This is by the Society of Petroleum Engineers. The abstract: oil and gas wells can develop leaks along their entire casing years after production has ceased and the wells have been plugged and abandoned. That was the abstract. Now I'll get into a little bit more. The consequences of cement shrinkage are non-trivial. In North America, there are literally 10,000s of abandoned, inactive, and active oil and gas wells, including gas storage wells, that currently leak gas to the surface. Much of this enters the atmosphere directly, contributing to the greenhouse effect. Some of the gas enters shallow aquifers, where traces of sulfur compounds can render the waters non-drinkable. And gas enters household systems to come out when taps are turned on. Because of the nature of the mechanism, the fracturing mechanism, the problem is unlikely to improve, and the concentration of gases in the shallow aquifers will increase. We do not believe that the problem can be totally eliminated because of the vagaries of the nature of the human factor, despite our best efforts. Wells have experienced several pressure or thermal cycles, will almost always show a loss of bond, sometimes for vertical distance in excess of 100 meters. Every time you frack a well, you pressurize it. It increases in length and it increases in diameter. That breaks the cement bonding. Thus, there is a self-reinforcing process. The greater the well height to the fracture, the greater the excess driving force at the tip. The fracture grows vertically upward and eventually leads to gas leakage behind the casing surface. It will migrate around to the outside of the casing string at higher elevations. Based on extensive modeling, cement clearly cannot resist the shear that is most common reason for oil well distortion and ruptures during production.
Sorry, Mr. Rose, that's all. Thank you.
Thank you.